Okay, we are making carrot cake today, and got to be the easiest cake ever, with one exception, and that exception is the carrots. They're a pain in the butt to shred, but my suggestion to everyone is you get big carrots, not little ones. Get the big carrots. You can probably get 4 or 5 of them, and it will be the exact amount you want if you're going to hand grate them in the grater. It's just a pain, you know. It's a lot, but I have 3 cups here. You can. Most of these ingredients are not, not a big deal. You can kind of scooch them around, and I'll talk about that in a minute. This is the easiest cake except for the grated carrots. That's it. Turn your oven on to 350, preheat it, and now I'm making the full recipe today. I gave you half a recipe, which I made yesterday or this morning. But the full recipe will give you 2 9-inch layers, probably 2 to 3 8-inch layers, or a sheet cake that's 13 by 9. The single recipe, one of these, or 1 8-inch square, 12 cupcakes, or the full recipe, 24 cupcakes. It's all the same recipe. You don't have to, and it's so easy to have it. Sometimes when you have like 3 eggs in something, it's hard to cut it in half. This is dead easy. So the first thing you do is you take care of the pans and put in, no, wrong one. Put in parchment paper. That'll make it so much easier to get out of the pan, believe me. And 2 layers. There you have it. Your pans are done. And I'm putting pecans in. Now, I toasted these pecans just because I like them. Now, in order to toast them, you put them into, now you could do this without toasting them. Believe me, it'll be fine. But toasted pecans are, you put them into a hot saute dish, a saute pan, heat them up, stir them around for about 3 or 4 minutes, and put them into a container. Don't let them burn, but they taste toasty and wonderful. You've got the carrots. I'll show you a trick with regard to the pecans in a minute. So in order to make the cake, now I use this as a sifter. You don't have to sift. You just can whip it up with your whip. However, I just find it nicer. I just do it. So 2 cups of flour. Got your dry ingredients first. 2 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons baking soda, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of ginger if you're not giving the cake to your friend who's allergic to ginger. But, you know, it tastes really nice to put it in. And then nutmeg, fresh nutmeg, which I love. There's nothing like a microplane grater to do the grating of fresh nutmeg. It's just easy and fast, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just, oh, salt. I almost forgot. Salt. 1 and about a half teaspoons of salt. Makes it lovely and aerates it. And that's it for the dry ingredients. Now, like I said, you could just use this and whisk it up, but I kind of like to get all of the lumps out of the flour. Okay, done, done. That's the dry ingredients. Now, here's the trick. Take your dry ingredients, take a teaspoon, whatever, and put them into, put that teaspoon of your dry ingredients and coat your nuts. When you coat your nuts, they're not going to sink to the bottom. They'll stay in the batter. So you just take whatever, you know, a couple of tablespoons of this, teaspoons of this, and put it in there. Wet ingredients. Here we go. Eggs, 4 eggs. Great. I got an eggshell in there. So I need to take it out. And the best way of taking it out is with another eggshell. 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm not using any mixer or anything else. It's really ridiculous to get it out and have to wash it. Okay, here's white sugar, dark brown sugar, and brown sugar. 1 cup of white sugar, 1 cup of brown sugar, and I mixed it up to make it in 2 different parts, dark brown and light brown, but you don't even have to worry about that. If you don't have brown sugar, use white sugar. If you want to put more brown sugar in here, do it. It doesn't matter. But the amount of sugar does, and that is 1 cup. So I'm mixing this up. Oil, 1 cup of oil. About 1/2 cup of applesauce. And vanilla. I'm a vanilla person, so I'm going to do at least two teaspoons, maybe a little more. And you're just mixing this up until it's well mixed. It doesn't look separated anymore. Something like that. Okay, we're almost there. Now, dry ingredients go in. Just dump them in. There you go. Until it doesn't look like it's separated anymore. I'm sure this would be easy peasy with a mixer, but again, it seems to me that if you can do it as easy as, you don't have to clean the mixer, which is always an advantage. So there you go. Now, shredded carrots, 3 cups or 1 pound of carrots. And the nuts. If you don't want nuts, don't put them in. If you want nuts and you want raisins, put them in. It's up to you. If you didn't have applesauce, you could put in pineapple, canned pineapple. Same difference. So there goes all of the nuts. You fold it in. And my dears, you are done. All you need to do now is put them into the pans, divide it up. Put them into, sort of divide it. Now, if I were doing this with a yellow cake or something, I would weigh this, but I'm not going to weigh this. I'm just going to put it in and eyeball it. And I'll get all of it out. Smooth out the top a little bit. Now this goes into a 350 oven for, mine was in there for 50 minutes, the square. You start looking at 45 minutes, chances are the middle will not be set. So you put it in. Oh, and because I do this for every cake, I have my baking, what are they called? Baking, I don't know, sleeves, whatever, that I soak them, wrap them, I soak them in some water, wrap them around, put them on to the pans, which will make the cake, as I've told you before, level. Now, with a carrot cake, it's a heavy cake, and you probably wouldn't have to bother with this, but I just do it for every cake that I do. I just put it on, and I always get very level cakes that way. I don't have to worry about them doming. So, go in. And those will be in there. They take longer than a regular cake because they're so heavy, because they've got so much, actually, carrots and sugar in them. So I'll start checking them about 45 minutes from now. And when they come out, they turn square. No. This is the cake that I made this afternoon or this morning. And what I will do now is make some frosting for this little cake. And the frosting is super easy as well. Let me put this up to the side. Clear the decks a little bit. And okay, 1/4 cup of butter, 8 ounces. Now this will probably be more than enough for this cake. It'll be more than enough, but that's okay. I will have the other cake and I'll use it to make a layered cake, and whatever's left over from this, I'll just use it for that cake. This is your cream cheese. They've been sitting out at room temperature for quite a while. And here's a little more than 2 cups of powdered sugar. I sifted it because I do. That's what I do. I need some vanilla and possibly a little bit of cream. This frosting goes together super easy, and it's so traditional for the carrot cake. I'm going to put in the vanilla. Well, it says to do it with a 1/2 teaspoon or 3/4. I'm doing a full teaspoon because what's not to like about vanilla? I'm going to scrape down the sides. You're basically creaming this. And then you start adding the sugar. Need to be a little bit careful here just because you'll get powdered sugar all over your kitchen. But the thing about sugar, particularly powdered sugar, when it hits the fats, the butter and the cream cheese, it will liquefy just a little bit, so that's why I didn't add it, number one, all at once, and number two, I didn't add any milk yet, milk or cream. And looks pretty good. I think I'm going to put a little bit more sugar in, the full 2 cups. And I'm going to put a dab. Now this could be milk, it could be cream. It is, well, this is cream, but it makes it just, woo, there you go. Just lovely. Look at that. Really good consistency. Looks great. And I'm pretty sure it's pretty good too. I could have put a little touch of salt in, but I forgot, so it won't matter. It won't matter. I think the cream cheese has a little bit of salt in it anyway. So here goes. Let's and I'm just going to do the top. Ooh, nice. So there you have it. And let's cut a piece and see how it looks on the inside. And that's what it looks like on the inside. It's quite a nice cake, even though it's so simple. And I think little kids really like it too. So there you have it, carrot cake. And it's a mighty fine dessert. And I hope that you enjoy it. Okay, so Carrie, any questions?
I've got one, Kate.
Sure.
When if you put the raisins in, you put the raisins and the nuts together and then dredge them in the flour.
Yeah.
Correct.
A little bit of the flour on the raisins too.
Okay.
They won't sink to the bottom. It's a pretty dense cake to begin with. So it's not like it's going to all be a layer of nuts down at the bottom, but still, I like dredging them in flour before I put them in. So there you have it.
I love carrot cake.
Yeah, and I love having it in layers too. I think it's a really pretty cake, and maybe put marzipan carrots on it or something like that.
It's all the food groups.
Yes. And how to veggies? How to get your veggies?
Hey, eggs, flour, veg, cheese. Hello.
It's cheese. Yeah. Exactly. It's an easy cake to make. It's really easy.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like carrot cake.
Yeah.
You don't like it? Oh,
no, I said I don't know anybody who doesn't like carrot cake.
There are a few people, but I like my carrot cake a lot. So, you know.
But I like that you mix the brown sugars.
Yes.
Because I do too. But if you use only dark brown sugar, it's going to have too much of a molasses taste.
Right. So I would say it's about 1 part white sugar to 1/2 part the brown sugar. And
right. Mixed,
yes. So, yeah, 1 cup to 1 cup. No, I guess, hello, it's 1 to 1. I can't even talk today. But there you have it.
But you're at 2, 2, and 2. You cannot mix, you can't mess up your recipe.
Right. This is an easy peasy recipe. It's an easy recipe to cut in half. Carrie is making cupcakes, right?
Yeah, I cut it in half and we're doing cupcakes. Because it's good portion control.
Good luck with that.
Right?
As long as you all eat one.
Making them in the middle of the night.
One.
And you cannot have too much cream cheese frosting.
It's true.
No. You cannot do it. It's great. So there you have it. Carrot cake for this week. It's an easy recipe. I hope you enjoy it. I know it was one of the first cakes that I ever made, I think, and because it requires no creaming of ingredients or anything weird. So,
and you can go to farmer's market and get the big fat carrots that you shouldn't ever eat. Right. Because everybody wants the nice little narrow ones because they taste so good. But if you get the big fat ugly ones, those are the ones that grate really easy.
Yes, we were talking about that before you came on.
So I ordered groceries today because I didn't have time to get to the store, and they delivered baby carrots, which was a total pain in the butt to grate. And I used my food processor. But
did it work?
Yeah, it worked, but it was like they were jumping everywhere. These little it was ridiculous.
Are you eating the frosting now?
Yes.
It's so good.
Wasn't she the one that was talking about portion control?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I got you. I feel you.
So there you have
I
it.
always judge carrot cake if you're going to go to a bakery or something. I look and see how much frosting they have on it, because that means that they really like their carrot cake if they put a lot of frosting on it.
Well done, Susan. That's good.
I'm a good detective.
Right. So next week, now my sister this week brought me some homemade mint chocolate chip ice cream.
My favorite. Oh my gosh, I love mint chocolate chip. Just about reached out of this.
Next week, I'm going to do the mint chocolate chip, of course, but I thought I would do some ice creams just because ice cream is wonderful, and why not? And summer is coming, and I will do the ice cream that requires an ice cream maker, and I will do the ice cream that doesn't require an ice cream maker. So I'll show you how to do both.
Well, how can I get some of that mint chocolate chip? That's what I want to know.
I think you can get it at Trader Joe's. You can get a package of mint chocolate chips.
Oh,
It's either at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, one of the two.
I want Kate's chocolate chip ice cream.
I shouldn't tell you that, because now you're going to take a bunch of them, put them in the freezer, and just eat them.
well, we will see what I can come up with for next week.
This was a great idea, Kate. I love carrot cake.
So good.
Yeah, and you know whose idea this was? Noelle's.
All
Yep.
right.
Good for Noelle. Now, was she into cupcakes, or did she want it the whole cake?
She didn't say. She doesn't have a preference, but
I'm kidding.
when Kate called, she's like, what should I do? And Noelle pops up in the background. She's all, carrot cake.
I'm with Noelle. There, you can't have enough carrot cake.
Love it.
It's a good deal. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I hope you enjoy it. Cook along. You know that it doesn't matter. You can do
It doesn't matter.
You guys all have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Oh,
Mother's
yeah.
Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
All of us are mothers.
Since we
Some
don't
of us aren't.
since we don't celebrate Women's Day in this country, I just figure Mother's Day is for all women, because we all end up mothering somebody. You have 5 cats, Carol.
True, true.
All right.
I look at
Take
you.
care,
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Kate.
Thanks.
Bon appetit.
Can't see you. Come say hi. Hi. She's trying to get to the frosting. Johnny! I just came